There you go. Here's a gallery view. There, look up there. Okay, I'm gonna unmute everyone or allow everyone to unmute themselves. Don't all talk at once.
Oh, look, there's Sharon.
Hi, Gretchen. Hi, Jeff.
All right, Gretchen's coming over to this laptop. I don't have a camera going though, do I?
Turn it on.
No, you don't.
I should.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Aww.
Stay there,
Oh.
Alf.
I'm gonna mute just because I have to work at the same time.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
So why am I fuzzy and everybody else is sharp?
We don't know.
That's a philosophical question, Sharon.
I know. Oh, God.
I love seeing my sister and Rachel and my mom. Look, hi, Mom. And Ashley, Meg Radon, we just saw you the other day. It's so nice to see you again. We're still working on video here.
Yeah, I can't, I don't see me.
Do I see my nieces down there?
Yeah, go back to your phone.
But the sound is weird.
That's okay, you'll be able to hear it.
Okay. I'm not sure I can turn it on. Tell people that I really truly have no idea how to use Zoom.
They can hear you say that, I think.
I really truly have no idea how to use Zoom. All right. So who wants to wish me happy birthday first while I get on this?
Happy birthday.
See, there's one.
Download from App Store, it says. All right, waiting. Connecting.
All right, Gretchen will be here in 1 second. Thank you all for coming.
I think you've got to let me in.
I know.
Okay.
I'll admit
Look at all
all.
these people. Oh my God, there's Amy Dreher.
There we go.
Yay!
Wow.
Now everyone,
Oh, Lisa Light. I love that.
if you guys could mute yourselves or at least be judicious about doing that. So
Lori Ward, you look very serious.
I have to.
I know, I gotta pull it up. Start video.
Here we go.
There I am. There we go. Now you're unmuted now. Now you can talk.
Happy birthday, sweet Gretchen.
For once, we're not the least technically savvy.
Gretchen, you're muted. God, this is too weird.
Is she there?
Not yet, I don't think. Gretchen is talking. Or we're still muted. I don't know if we're muted or not.
Hello, everyone. Happy
I'm not
birthday,
sure.
Gretchen.
Gretchen is talking. I can't hear a thing she's saying.
No.
Gretchen, we can't hear you.
We all muted.
Yeah.
We're not muted.
Let's sing.
I'm not singing.
Huh.
All right, so Jeff muted me, guys. Did anyone hear the story of my birth, or was I just yelling?
I did not hear anything until just now.
I missed it, Gretchen.
All right, Mom, do you want to tell the story of my birth?
Why?
That's a no. I'm
It's
just
a hard
not.
no. So I'll let everyone know. I was born on June 4th, 1970 in Houston, Texas. And my mom and my dad were driving from the mobile home where they were living to the hospital, stopped and actually got a cup of coffee because my mom is a big coffee fan. And when she got to the hospital, she had 20 minutes of hard labor. That was it. She always says she barely had time to get her shorts off before I came out and entered the world. Although
Oh
the
my
other
Lord.
part of the story she always tells is that I was the first baby born who had dark hair, dark eyes, and dark skin. My older sister and older brother both had blonde hair and blue eyes. And as the story goes, my mom rejected me and said, "Baby, my babies have blonde hair and blue eyes." So
I
it took me by my dad to let her know that yes, we actually have Cherokee blood in the family, and clearly I was the Cherokee blood member of the family, just like Elizabeth Warren, and that was how I got accepted into the family. Yes, thank you very much, Mom. When I tell people this story, the joke is always, my mom rejected me at the time I was born, which is why I've had so much therapy. Thanks a lot. So I think what we wanted to do was we just wanted to go around the Zoom room and have people raise a glass, share their thoughts on what I can look forward to as I reach 50, or to share their favorite story. There are so many people here from so many different parts of my life, I barely know how to get started. So.
And I've unmuted everyone. They should be able to unmute themselves.
Okay.
Leave a comment and then come back.
So my instinct is to start in alpha order. Oh, Noelle, I see you there. Hello, Noelle. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Amy. Hello. But I kind of want to start from the people who've known me the longest, because I'm seeing family members. Clara and Maggie, you're going to be there on the last because you've probably known me the least longest because you're the youngest people on the call. But I think maybe we could start with my older sister, Heidi, who I see there in her front yard. Heidi, anything you want to say to me as I turn 50? She says no.
Welcome to. I got nothing, cutie. I've been there since I'm the only one besides Mom who's been there since you were born.
Yep.
You were, yeah. You're. I love you. I love you.
I love you too, Heidi.
This is not
Give
my
my
thing. I'm sorry. I'm here because I love you.
All right, well, raise a glass in my honor, please. Do you have a glass in front of you, big sister?
Right there. Can you see
All right,
it?
great. Here's my glass. Right here. Love you.
Woohoo! Love you too, sweetie.
Em, do you want to go next?
Happy birthday.
Yes. So we couldn't do our whitewater rafting adventure.
Yeah.
But this is the next closest thing is the Zoom adventure, and I wish I could be there in person and not on the Zoom call to celebrate with you. But happy birthday, and I look forward to many more.
I love you, sweetie. Can't wait to celebrate your 50. What about you, Noelle? Noelle's my youngest sister.
I am.
Anything you want to say, sweetie?
You are an amazing sister. Better as not wait to see what 50 brings you. And I will say that, yeah, I'm really glad that you're in our life, and I can't wait to celebrate with you in person once freaking COVID goes away in 2 years.
Right. In 2022, my sisters Emily and Noelle are going to come with me to the Grand Canyon.
Nice.
So yes, cheers, Christy. So I can't wait for us to do that in 2022, which may be the first time we can see each other after COVID-19, for Pete's sake.
That's not true.
All right, I hope it's not true. All right, I'm
It's
looking. Who's next on this call? I think the person who's known me next oldest is possibly Lori Ward. Lori, are you still on the call? So there you are. I see you. I haven't heard your voice in probably maybe 25 years, 30 years, Lori? Is that fair? Do you want to say anything? Oh, I can't hear you, Lori. Unmute yourself, sweetie.
Jeff has to do it.
Yeah. While we're unmuting Lori, I met Lori when I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
And we have been friends ever since then.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, hi. Happy birthday.
Oh, sweetheart. Oh my God.
You're gonna
Literally
make me
haven't,
cry.
I don't think we've talked since we graduated from high school, have we?
Oh, we have. We have. I think
Okay.
so. Yeah, Gretchen and I have known each other for almost ever. And I remember like Sunday night movie dates when we were in high school. And even I came to visit you in DC.
Mm-hmm.
Lived there. We went to Memorial. So here's for anyone who Gretchen took me to a Yankees game in Baltimore from DC. We took a bus trip to Old Memorial Stadium. Fast forward 10 years when I worked in Baltimore, and my very first project was to actually take that stadium apart and sell everything before they tore it down.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first time I went up to the stadium, all the way up to the nosebleed seats where we sat, and remembered my friend who doesn't like baseball, or who didn't at the time.
No, not at the time. And really still hate the Yankees, for the record.
Yeah, I know. But took me all the way to Baltimore to a Yankees game.
Nice.
I love you, Lori.
I love you too. Happy birthday. 50's pretty good, I gotta say. I
50 makes me pretty happy too. I agree.
Yeah,
Totally agree.
I could do without 2020, but 50's
Yeah.
been okay for the past 2 months. But yeah, 2020 sucks.
I will share, we had dinner last night with Jeff's mom, and I told her that I don't really understand the over the hill thing, which I think is dead and gone.
Yeah.
And she said, Gretchen, 50 is really when you settle into yourself and you start to really enjoy life. This is when you see everything that comes next, and it's really glorious. But when you turn 75, that's when you start to go over the hill. So enjoy it until 75.
I'm gonna take it. You know how old people get the excuse of, well, they're old, they don't know better, or they've lived long enough that they can just say what they want. That's what I don't give a Carol's on the call, so I'm not going to say it.
She says it too, Lori.
She has a potty mouth.
I'm really glad you're here.
Yeah, I have my father's mouth, so I'm going to say it. Now is the time to just say, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
So
absolutely. Right.
It's
Anyone else who's over
here? So happy birthday. I've got ice water here.
Anyone who's over 50 wants to cheer to not giving a fuck, let's do it. Woo!
Woo! Yeah. Fuck's given.
So I'm looking around the room, and the next person I think who's known me next oldest is up there in the corner, Christy Hawkins Davis.
Hi.
Hey, Christy. Hey, sweetie. You've just barely hit this milestone, haven't you? Have you hit 50 yet?
I have 9 months to go.
Right. You're younger than I am, because you skipped a grade in school, as I recall. Christy and I were college roommates. We met our freshman year of college.
I met you, Gretchen. I was 17 years old, and we were both trying to navigate this crazy situation that we found ourselves in as college freshmen in Washington, D.C. And I think I was really drawn to Gretchen because this is very presumptuous to say, but like I think you were one of the few people there who seemed like you were anything like me and had anything like the experience that I had come from. And and I think we have both learned so much about ourselves and so much about the world since then. Yeah. And I have been so happy to reconnect with you in the last few years, and so happy to see the beautiful woman that you have become at 50.
Yeah, thank you, sweetheart. I'll raise my glass to that as well.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. You have a friend in the chat who said that she wasn't going to be able to stay on for very long. Let's see who that is in case you want to move her up in the order. Kathleen.
Understood. Kathleen, where are you, Kathleen? What? There you are. I see you waving. We're going to skip ahead. The next person after Kathleen is Jody, but Kathleen, dive in. I know you're a mom who's also an essential worker right now. I want to thank you for that.
Oh,
so
yeah. So I'm going to my second.
You haven't. You're younger.
No, not yet. 49 this year. So no.
All right. So Kathleen and I know each other from church. We were in a women's spirituality discussion group together on again, off again for almost 20 years. No, 10 years. 10 years.
Probably, yeah, more like 10 years.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is Rachel, who's on this call, she and I also work together, but we didn't realize we had you in common, which was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good small world, isn't it? I love that.
Yeah.
So I know your husband is past 50, right?
Oh,
Isn't
yes.
Dave over 50? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he's going to be going on 60 this summer.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Any
yeah.
thoughts or reflections on 50? Or
Um,
on what we've done together over the course of our friendship?
Well, you know what? I always remember, because we would do these really in-depth covenant group discussions, like the intersection with spirituality and how we're living our lives, and in meeting in your basement apartment. Was it a basement apartment?
Oh, it was a basement apartment. It was such a shit show.
No, it was a wonderful basement apartment.
I love that apartment.
Me too.
It smelled bad.
Thank you, Emily. Wherever you are, thank you.
But I don't know. I look fondly upon those times when we did those covenant groups together. Some really interesting conversations, and really kind of went deep with a lot of stuff. So it was nice to get to know you in such a deep sort of way.
I totally agree. And I still have, you and I had the same living room furniture, the same side table.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you still have that furniture, but I've been thinking about updating. So I may give you a buzz afterwards and say, hey, do you want any more? I've got a console table I may be ready to let go of.
I don't know if I still have that stuff. It's been a while.
But it felt like it was one of those kindred spirit things. We had the same furniture in our homes. It was so great.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I may
I'm
not
glad
have
you're
that
here.
anymore. Yeah. Yeah.
Give a squeeze to your little daughter for me, please.
Second one for the week. So I do need to sign off in a few minutes, but I did want to wish you happy birthday.
Thanks, Kathleen. I appreciate it. And I suppose you're not drinking. It looks like maybe you're in an office right now.
My office at home.
Okay, great. So you could be drinking. Cheers.
I could be. I just don't have anything. I just got home from work.
Understood.
Yep.
All right, and I think we're going to turn next to my nieces, Clara and Maggie, who are heading out to a protest. And we want to give them space to say hello before they head out and be their best social activist selves.
Thank you.
Hey, girls.
Gretchen.
I mean, young
Hi.
ladies, excuse me.
Well, we just wanted to say we love you, and we're happy we get to celebrate you today on your birthday.
Thank you, sweetheart. I love you both very, very much.
We love you.
What's the protest you're going to?
Just a Black Lives Matter protest that Casanova is holding.
Rock out, girls. Go represent. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, bye. And I'm not going to raise a glass for you. Neither one of you are old enough. Okay?
All right. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Look at how great you look.
Hey, Kimberly. Hello. We're going in order of how long people have known me. So we're going to jump to Jody Lang next.
Oh, yay.
Hey, Jody. Jody was my college roommate when we were juniors. Yeah.
So crazy. And by the way, Susan's trying to get on, and she can't.
Okay.
So she says, happy birthday. I don't know why she has the number and the password, but yes, I've known Gretchen a while. I was her crappy roommate, but we reconnected recently, and we're much better now. Yes, we each had our own issues going on, and we didn't connect the way that maybe we should have or needed to, but we knew there was something there, so we did reconnect. And it's a great place now, and I'm so happy for your birthday and that we've reconnected, and I watch all your gratitudes every morning, and they help me get through my day. So I really appreciate you.
And I appreciate you too, Jody. Thank you. I also love how much we've reconnected. It's sort of one of those funny things that you don't imagine who's going to be your friend when you're 19 or 20 years old. And I'm grateful to have you in my corner. I'm grateful to be in your corner too.
Yay.
Right. And if anyone's looking to have any help organizing conferences, this is what Jody does in her personal business. She manages.
It's what I did, but right now.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully I won't do it again. Thank you.
Okay. You don't want to do a commercial for what you want to do next besides dance on the internet, which is
I
another
know,
thing that
right?
Jody's really great at.
Thanks. I want to
You're
travel
welcome.
the world, so I hope everything opens back up again.
Yeah.
And get kids excited about farming and culture, and it's great to learn online, but I'd love for kids to be able to get back to their study abroad programs and enjoying life on the road.
Great. Thanks, Jody. All right, I'm looking to see who else is here. Who's next? I see Kelly Casa. Hi, Kelly. I think probably next here in this group would be DJ Danny Shack. Is he still around? Where is DJ Danny Shack? There he is. I think you're next, Danny.
Thank you.
As my graduate school roommate and one of my dearest friends on the planet.
Well, that's very sweet. Happy birthday. You have a lot of friends, a lot of people who are Zoom connected. I love
Are you really a DJ?
I am not
No,
a
he's
DJ.
not really a DJ. No. He's a psychotherapist, if anyone needs a psychotherapist.
That's what I am.
Yeah.
I love you. I think when I think of you, I think of how you try to live your values and have humor and don't take yourself too seriously. And I just think you are the bee's knees.
Thanks, sweetheart. I love you, Danny. Give my love to your family.
I will. I'm going to have to go be a parent in a minute.
Totally understand. Dan's got 2 little people. And what's nice is on my square, the person above Dan is Adam Williams. I haven't heard your voice in a very long time either, Adam. It's so nice to see your face. Another upstate New Yorker, but I didn't meet Adam until we were both in Boston. Adam, I know you've passed 50. What do you have to say about being 50? Any reflections? I don't know.
Muted?
I don't know if Adam's muted.
Gotta find him.
Jeff's looking for you. Oh, I see Rachel though. We got to get to Rachel after we get to Adam.
All right, Adam's unmuted.
Adam Williams, any thoughts from up there in beautiful, beautiful Maine? Down there, underneath Lori's iPhone.
Oh. He's not muted.
Adam, do you have anything you want to say? Or do you just want to look adorable in that picture? Think he's just going to be adorable. Adam, we're going to get back to you.
There's the birthday girl there.
Hang on.
Birthday girl's here.
Mom wanted to come say happy birthday to you too.
Well, let's go to Rachel and Ann. Hey, Rachel and Ann. Oh my God, I love you two both so much. Hi, Ann. Really, I wish I could be there right now to hug you. Rachel and Ann are going through some tough stuff right now. Yeah.
It's all part of life.
It is, in fact, all part of life. We were just having that conversation last night with Jeff's mom. Yeah.
Yeah. We're good.
Any thoughts on how we've known each other? Rachel and I went to grad school together.
Yeah. Do you know anything? You want to say anything to Gretchen?
Gretchen, I don't remember that far back.
Thanks, Mom. You can leave now. Jeez.
Bye, sweetie. Hang in there. I actually remember Rachel. Rachel was the friend who continues to be one of the most glamorous people I know.
Brother.
And when I first saw her in our first macro social work class, I thought, oh my God, she's beautiful and glamorous. And I'm a mess. There is no way that I could ever be friends with her. And we have been friends since what, 1995? 1994?
Yeah, 94, 95. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And then we went camping together. And then
we did go camping together.
You discovered that I'm really not all that glamorous, and I kind of like wallowing around in rain and mud. So.
But you also taught me how to kayak and how to love kayaking.
Well, there you go. And now you kayak more than I do.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
And Gretchen, I count you among one of my dearest, closest friends. You always seem to know the right thing to say or the right time to reach out, and you touch me every single time I hear from you. So thank you for you. I love you dearly.
I love you too. Yeah. You're right. A little verklempt. I can't wait to make art with you and to give you a hug and to drink champagne with you and toast all the things that need to be toasted or beer, whatever, right? Yeah. Red wine for now.
Red wine works. Yes, I'm looking forward to all of those things. And because after 50, it just keeps on getting better.
Right.
Yeah, it's fuller and scarier, and there's the ups are higher and the lows are lower, but it's so much richer after 50.
Right.
So enjoy the ride.
I can't wait to do it with you.
Thank you. Likewise. Hugging you.
All right. Hugs. Love you, love you.
Love you, love you.
All right. Look, keeping an eye on the time. I know we've got 2 pages. I'm looking at Amy Cooper as another First Parish grad school friend. All right. You're unmuted, Pumpkin.
Hi, Gretchen.
Hello, Amy.
So Rob is here, and he's over there. Rob, say hi.
Hey, Robbie.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you.
Grace
Thank
is
you.
Here. Let me see. Can I turn this around so you can see Grace here? She's in the pool. In the yard. So we're all hanging out celebrating Gretchen.
I love that. June 4th is a very important day in the Cooper Ailes household.
Very important. So we're excited. And we'll celebrate my favorite memory. We have so many fun memories together that go back what feels like a long, long time. And I can't believe, oh, Rob just said on my wedding day. Yeah, I have some fun memories. You were my unofficial maid of honor, and you did a great job.
Thank you. Until I got so wasted I had to go sleep in the car.
No, you were fine. But the
Very
memory, I
embarrassing.
think, our spontaneous trip to New York City will go down in history. That was awesome.
Yeah, totally agree.
Many more spontaneous trips in the future, I hope. We have 50 more years of spontaneous trips.
Absolutely, 50 more years. Oh, actually, Adam Zand, Amy's the friend I went to go see the dinner party with.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And Amy's parents believed that you were her roommate
Oh, please.
when you were not.
Oh, is that right?
That's, that was the official story.
When I was living with Rob.
Right up until the wedding, Gretchen was her roommate.
That's
So they
Somebody
didn't
has
mind it.
parents that were very old-fashioned, and we had a cover story.
You had to bring that up.
I don't think I remember that.
Yeah,
So that's why I was
told
so
you.
upset. That's why I drank the whole bottle of champagne by myself in about 2 hours.
Yes.
Because I was losing my roommate. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see the first person.
Here's to you, my dear friend
Oh,
Gretchen.
yeah, let's do
I love you,
that.
sweetie. Loves to all of you.
Now
And I'm wondering if there are any other First Parish people on this call.
I think I saw
page
Nancy.
2. Oh, Nancy Baker. Nancy Baker.
Birthday.
She's down in the bottom. Live from
Nancy.
Huntsville, Alabama. No, she's not. There you go. Hi. Hello. My favorite college professor. Thank you. No, I can barely hear you, sweetie. I'm going to turn you up.
It's going to be really hard for me to pick just one memory to share.
Yeah.
We had fun together.
I know. For a long, long time,
I was thinking
right?
about how I think you might be the only person I know who lived in a commune.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
I remember music nights for Christmas caroling. I remember the extended fight with your housemates over whether to kiss the broken wooden toilet seat.
I think when Marcy goes next,
was,
she can talk a little bit about that.
Well, you gave me a window into.
If it's
But I was
yellow,
also
let
thinking
it mellow.
about,
If
you know,
it's
the
brown, flush it down. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
I was thinking about our covenant group and our zebra group, and also about the times you just dropped by and hung out at my apartment in Davis Square.
Yeah.
Good times.
Oh my God, those are good days. Really good days. Oh my God. It's funny when you realize how much time has passed. Really, right? Right. Yep. Oh my God. So crazy. So
With so
crazy.
much love to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I love your optimism and saying you're halfway there.
Well, I don't have as much optimism as my mom, who wants to live to 140. So she wouldn't be celebrating halfway until she turns 60. She's not there yet either. I'm glad you're here, Nancy. Give my love to your little guy and to your husband, of course. And with that said, let's hear from, I'm keeping an eye on the time. This is part of my job. This is me being the project manager. Marcy Michaud Frank, who remembers those days with the toilet seats and the fights over painting. Oh my God, really?
Happy birthday, Gretchen.
Thank you, Marcy.
I love this. Is the best organized Zoom birthday party I've ever attended.
I've got my husband looking at me like, is she a facilitator? Like what? I'm like, I don't know. I'm hiring her for my birthday party. You're doing great.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
So many people who just love you, and that is totally to be expected. Yes, I knew you from the commune days. It was clothing optional, and I'm not going to tell you which side of the line Gretchen was on. I'm just kidding. It was totally clothing always. So
right,
yeah.
Always.
But we did have a struggle about being green and also aesthetically pleasing. So we did.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it was you, Gretchen, that was just like, we can't paint the walls with granola, Arthur.
We want pretty colors on the walls, Arthur.
Yes. So I'll keep this fast. Thank you for including me in this wonderful mix of people. I have always known you to be about the most real person ever, which is just so refreshing, even when I was on the bad side of like your impressions of how people be. But it was no, it was all great, and I love how you just show up where there's a need. You just do, and it's like a part of who you are. You have to be there when there's something that can be done to help someone, and I don't know, I think that's glorious. And I love your recent post about gratitude. I think it's a great reminder every morning to also find gratitude. And I look forward to just seeing you in my feed and seeing what you're up to. So happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you, sweetheart. And thank you for the inspiration you've given me to be my best self, particularly given your activism with the immigrant community and the Syrian community in particular. You helped me remember to be my best self. It sure is easy in the suburbs to not be, to forget that there are people who need things. So thank you.
Definitely stepped up, my friend, in all the important ways. So
Yeah,
thank you for that.
thank you. And you remind me as you speak, Marcy, one of my dearest friends on the call who hasn't known me the longest of all the people here, but one of the things I love about her is she has said to both me and my spouse, Jeff, I have never met people who are the same in real life as they are on social media. And I'm hoping that person knows who she is. It's Lois Ardito, or Lardito, which is how I first met her on Twitter. Lois is one of many friends here who I legit met on Twitter before I met in real life. Yes, that really and truly happens. Lardito.
Where is she?
She's next to Jody. I see her waving. Do you see her up at the top underneath Banji?
Yep.
Hey, sweetie.
You should be unmuted.
You're unmuted, Pumpkin. Anything you want to say?
Or she should unmute herself.
You need to unmute yourself now, Lois.
Of course I have something to say.
Yeah, of course you do, right?
I have to say how very fortunate I am to be here. And I'm so happy to be here tonight. I mean that sincerely. You have been an amazing friend. And who would think that you'd meet somebody? Well, wait a minute. Got myself. I was about to say, would meet somebody and love the way I love you, Braden and Meg. I don't know what made me think we're the only couple. So it's getting, and you've got lovely friends. And that really says the most about people, isn't it? The company that we keep. So happy 50th, my dear.
Thank you, Pumpkin. Thank you. Yes. And you mentioned our pals Megradon, but before we get to Megradon, I think we want to, our pals Banji, that's Bill and Angie, who are joining us from the great state of Hawaii, need to go next. It's actually just about 12:30 there right now, isn't it? Yeah. So I imagine, Angie, you have work to do. Maybe, Bill, you have work to do too. I have no idea. It's still the work day for you.
Yeah.
I love you. We miss you so much.
We miss you too.
Happy birthday.
Any thoughts? Right next to you right now. I'm so used to being with you on every major holiday. So
I know.
Happy birthday. We love you. Yeah, you're right. Angie has a call at 1.
But one thing I wanted to say to everyone about Gretchen, and I think this is the one thing I think that makes her unique to most people that you, a lot of people would agree. That Gretchen, you could be at a party with 50 people or 100 people, okay? But if you were about to leave, there would be so many people that if they could have one more conversation with one person in the room, they would pick it with you because they know they're always going to get a real conversation and they're not going to get like, how's the weather, you know, kind of thing. And it's just, you're a wonderful person. And, you know, it's just, I think you're a one in a million.
Oh, that's really nice of you to say, Bill. Thank you so much. I feel really touched by that. Thank you. Thank you. Miss you too. When did you guys move? It's been about a year now, hasn't it? Has it been over a year?
Bill's been here for over a year.
Yeah.
All right. So Bill and Angie used to be our neighbors across the street, and Bill's actually the man who performed the wedding ceremony between Jeff and I. So really, really important and special friend. All right, team. Love you. Mean it. Bye. Oh, I see Morgan. Hey, Momo. Hey, honey. All right. So who's next? Oh my God, there's so many other people here.
Can you tell the people?
Yes.
There's 3 minutes left in our free account.
Ah!
It's going to end. I want them all to sign back in, same thing.
All right, we have a very important technical announcement. There are 2 minutes left in this call because Zoom free accounts only let us have a 40-minute call. But wait, there's more. Use this 40-minute break to go pee
Like 3 minutes.
or fill your drink, and then we're gonna hop back on the call. 5-minute break, and then we're gonna hop back on the call for anyone I haven't heard from, because I want to hear from all of you, except for you, Stephen and Carol, because I'm not gonna be able to hear from you because your faces are covered up. So if you need to go now and you've already shared your well wishes, I'm deeply receiving them. Feel free to go, then hop back on the call in 3 minutes, okay? All right.
We'll set it up to go at 6:45.
We're going to go again at 6:45. Is there anyone who needs to speak now and forever hold your peace? Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gretchen.
Happy birthday,
Gretchen.
Happy birthday. All right, so we're going to hop back on in about 5 minutes. If you don't hop back on, I totally get it. But I really would love to hear from all of you. Hey, Momo, I love you. Hey, Margot. All right, closing down. We're going to be back in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Happy birthday, Gretchen, in case I don't get back on.
Thank you.
I just wanted to talk to Greg and
What? Why are you laughing? You're making a face like he did something bad, like from beer or beans. Yeah, you know who I'm talking to, or champagne.
I'm going to find the link again.
I'm just here to talk to Kara.
I think it's the same link.
Yeah.
Hi, Kara.
Hi.
You're unmuted.
Debbie Lippum.
You're not muted. We can't hear you. I can't hear you. Oh, you got to turn. Oh, hang on. I can hear you now. Gretchen couldn't hear you.
I can't hear anybody. She's an idiot.
You can talk.
Hi.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Well, it's not mine. It's hers. But my video on my machine's not working, and she's going to sign in.
Okay.
Did you send it's the same link?
Yeah, same link.
How did you send me the link before? It's not here.
I texted it.
I know, but I'm not getting a text.
Oh, I texted to the group. I'll text it to you.
My family, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right now, it looks like we only have 5 people.
That's great. We can make it.
The after party. This is the after party.
Who are we starting with?
Lisa. I see
Lisa. Kids.
Lisa Light is going to talk to us right now because I've unmuted her.
Lisa Light, are you at boot camp? You gotta let me into the room, honey.
Hi there. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yes, I had to let her into the room. She was outside.
Yeah, I'm not at boot camp. This is definitely, I'm into the sporty spice look now that I'm quarantined. I have not been out of like sweatpants in 3 months.
I want everyone to know that Lisa Light is a former boss and certainly a friend now who really took a chance on me 5 years ago, 6 years ago now.
Yeah, I think the truth of the story is that you were the one that almost got away. Do you remember we made you a job offer and you refused the offer?
I did.
And that was came through. So helicopters going over here.
Do you remember why I refused the offer?
I remember, and then we took the traditional route with human resources, and they made the offer, and Gretchen refused the offer, and I was like, "That Gretchen is special, and she's not getting away." So I said, "I'm calling her and going to renegotiate this," and yeah. So then we worked it out, and I'm so happy that you joined the company because you really expanded my thinking about the way that I work, but more importantly, about the way I think about the world. So I'm glad you didn't get away.
Me too, Lisa. You know, I occasionally, because I struggle with being a manager, and I will often think to myself, what would Lisa Light do? What would Lisa Light do? So I think of you almost every day when I'm doing my work, particularly my management work. So thank you for that very much. What would Lisa Light do? And it often does not involve telling someone to fuck off, which is often what I feel like doing. So
Oh my gosh.
Your role model.
I was just thinking, what would I do? These days, it's just drop the F-bomb at least 100 times a day. So
I would like to do it, but I don't. So it's all good. All good. I'm grateful to you. And Lisa's birthday was yesterday, so we should all probably raise our glass to Lisa as well. Happy birthday, Lisa.
Happy birthday, Lisa.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday. What, you turned 30, is that right?
I turned 53, and as one of your friends was saying, the 50 is just, yeah, it's a great turning point. It seems like such a, could be perceived as a negative milestone, but since I've turned 50, it's like the life of Lisa, finally.
I support it, right? Because your boys are mostly out of school now. That's great.
Right.
Really glad to know you. And did Sharon join us? I don't think Sharon's back on the call. So what I want to do is before we turn, because everyone else, I feel like I've known you all sort of the same length of time. It's sort of the Jeff era. But before we get to the Jeff era, I want to get to the Susie Burstein era.
Okay.
Because you're there, Susie. So Susie is another college friend who
I was having technical difficulties and I missed my time slot. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You can have another time slot. Oh my God, I missed you so much.
So I'm drinking lots for you.
Thank you. I'm drinking lots for me too.
Your birthday. You're awesome. You're an amazing woman. I just, yeah, your calm and like zenness in this time of shit is just so seriously, like waking up to the news is so awful. So like I try to avoid it, but like, you have to see what's going on in the world. So thank you for the inner peace moment every day. And, here's to the next 50, dear. We can't wait to see what you have for us.
Absolutely. Likewise, darling. And I do want to give a shout out. She's gone now, but Lois Ardito is the person who introduced me to meditation. And she did it at just the right time. Lois introduced me to a particular form of meditation back in late January. And Jeff and I started meditating together. I try to meditate every day. I maybe do it 95% of the time. Jeff and I meditate together maybe once a week. And it's through that meditation practice that I developed that gratitude, the gratitude stuff I share on Facebook. So Lois gets a big shout out for that because it certainly helped me feel calm. And I think it's helping a lot of other people feel calm, and I'm grateful for that. So thank you, Lois. Cheers to Lois. All right, so now we've got lots of people. I think Jeff wanted us to just start now that I've started talking already. You wanted to do just a big toast for people. I think Jeff said as we were gathering, he said, we should probably start with a toast just for the people who are drunks and want to just do a toast and then get off the call. So are there any drunks on the call who just want to do a toast? Oh, see, Frank, I see you've got your glass up.
I'm not a drunk person, but I need to leave at 7, so.
I'll toast to anything.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Yeah. To being the best we can. Our hashtag for the next year at our house is best life. So best life to all of you.
Yeah.
Cheers. Best life to you. Thank you, Gretchen, for having the fun party.
This isn't about me.
No, it's not about you.
All right,
Thank you,
bye.
Marianne.
You're welcome.
So if there's anyone who needs to go ASAP, feel free to do that. I know Meg and Graydon are laughing. I see you've got yourselves labeled as Meg or Don. That's a crack up. So Marianne, I know you need to go. Grateful. And of course, hey, Christina. So I'm looking around the room because I'm looking at Nikki Draves, who I've known. Yeah, you. who's another practical birthday twin. She just had her birthday last month. And I've known Nikki, golly, how long have we known each other, Nikki?
Happy birthday, Nikki.
Thank you. I'm not sure. Did I have a kid or not yet?
I think you had a little girl. So, and I
Yeah,
was a
so,
person.
so probably just 12 years. 12 years.
Okay. All right.
Now I have a teenager.
You do have a teenager, a really, really fabulous, mighty girl teenager.
She's
So-
pretty awesome. I don't know where she got it from, and I say that totally humbly because it's not me. I'm in awe of her, but like I'm in awe of you, Gretchen. You know why I'm happy to be here to toast to you on your 50th after just turning 53.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you're pretty special, and I love being a Gemini with you.
Yeah.
When did we first meet? Was it Women in Development?
I think it was Women in Development of Greater Boston. Yeah. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known. We wouldn't have met each other at all. There's no way. Our paths would never have crossed. Yeah.
No, it's pretty awesome. That was a great committee. It was a great committee of women, and we all supported one another and worked really, really well together. And I think we did that 4 years, I think.
I know. I don't even know how that happened.
It was just a great experience. I know I got invited to be in it by Tina, and I was just like, I think she sent the invitation to the wrong person because I'm not that like.
But you are pretty awesome. You are pretty awesome.
Thank you.
You're dedicated. You have more integrity than anyone I know, and you just because I learned how to introduce people to one another in high school social studies class. Do you want to say that Nikki introduced me to the venue where Jeff and I got married, the Fuller Craft Museum in Brockton? That is because of Nikki that Jeff and I got married in that beautiful art museum, total hidden gem out of the way. And Nikki is a really deep proponent and advocate for the city of Brockton. It's where she lives. And had it not been for you, Nikki, we would not have been able to get married in such a special place. So thank you.
Oh, well, you're welcome. It is a beautiful, magical place. It really is. It's,
okay.
When it reopens, everybody should come see it because it's. I have a little Facebook group called Beautiful Brockton because a lot of times people hear Brockton and they go, ooh, and the fact of the matter is that the city has so much beauty. And I don't know if you can see, I'm sitting in my backyard, and that is about 800 acres of public parkland that was designed by Frederick Law Olmsted, who also designed Central Park in New York City and the Emerald Neck here in Brockton. It was donated to the city by D.W. Field. So there's just so much history here. Thomas Edison, there's no overhead electrical wires in the city of Brockton downtown because Thomas Edison put the first underground wires here in Brockton. So
that's cool.
We just have we just have this and we still have his building, the Edison building. So I'm just all about finding beauty. And that's probably why I love you so much, Gretchen, because you're so beautiful and your gratitude posts are wonderful. And I remember a few years back doing the 100 Happy Days posts. That inspired me as well. And I do think you're very inspiring. And I think you're very consistent, which I love about you because it's very hard to be consistent in our beliefs and our faith systems and the words we say and the things we do. And you're just consistently you, and I love that about you, and I admire that, and I strive for that, although there are days where I'm consistently not consistent.
I appreciate your saying that, sweetheart. It's so hard to sometimes to take in so many nice words, and I know I asked for it by organizing a party and inviting 115 people, and it's still hard. I'm grateful for it. Thank you. Grateful for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right, who's next on this much smaller and lovely crew?
Did you already talk?
Yeah.
Oh,
look at her.
Kara. Kara did a green screen for you.
Kara is standing apparently in some sort of MTV era birthday party set.
Yeah. Bringing it back to the 80s.
Exactly. It's not the 70s though. I guess that's because you're a little younger than I am.
But I can tell you which was the first video that was ever played on MTV.
What was it? Video killed the radio
star.
in my mind and in my car.
Oh my God. Absolutely.
All right, Laura's in her car. I see that.
Yes, I'm jamming out.
That's safe, Laura, by the way, really safe.
Driving around.
Actually, one of the things I love about you, Kara, it's always been a mystery to me, but Jeff and I think we're among the first friends who met your babies.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels so special to have been able to do that, to meet Cam and Jack so soon after they were born, and to be able to give you a hug and tell both you and your spouse how happy we were for you. Yeah.
That was definitely a interesting time, I'd say. I won't necessarily say traumatizing because they could hear me in the other room there, but
whatever you mean.
Yeah, it was a wild time, and I'm so glad that you were there. That hug is always warm and always welcoming.
You're gonna be crispy.
Yeah.
And it just
Susie, Laura, maybe.
Yeah.
Abigail, Stephen.
We look forward to being able to give you and your kids and your husband a hug sometime soon.
Hugs. Remember those?
Yeah, right.
We will.
Hugs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks for inviting us.
Of course.
Yeah.
Let's cycle through our. Oh, I'm getting a hug from Laura. I see you, Laura. I see you
And I
down
saw
there.
from Megradon.
Megradon.
Megradon. They're like a
Megradon.
dinosaur.
Yes.
And I'm going to be rocking. You can see it there. I think there's a little bit of a gray silver streak, I call it. And tomorrow I get my hair. I get my hair cut and colored tomorrow, and I think we're going to amp up that silver streak a little bit, just like you, Rachel. Right? We've got Rachel and Laura together with their gorgeous silver streaks. So you'll be my role models.
Let your blonde
you
streak
too,
show.
Adam.
Just like yours, Adam.
Don't hide the blonde streak.
So I think we've got a bunch of friends from the social media world, and I'd love to invite whomever wants to speak up next, drunk or not drunk, or even if I don't know you through social media. I'm looking at you, Frank, and you, Ashley, and you, Amy, neighbor friends. For a smaller group, so chime in.
Speak up.
Why do you assume that the social media people are drunk?
Cheers.
Why do you assume that the social media people are drunk, huh?
That's Jeff. That has nothing to do with me.
Because I've had 4 drinks already.
Oh, okay.
We started this call. This was a 4-drink serving.
The sad part is, even though I'm in my car, I actually could start drinking because all I have to do is get onto a ferry and then off of it.
Just
How hard can it be?
Just a
Right.
No, Jeff wants you to see. This is our.
What could go wrong?
Amateurs, everyone.
That's just tonight. Thank you very much. I was telling my friend Jack Rice, who I know from my my working life, that I swear to God, one of the side effects of COVID-19 really needs to be alcoholism. Because I swear to God, by the end of this, I'm going to need a 12-step program.
Intervention.
Yeah.
Somebody asked on Twitter, they're like, have you noticed a slight uptick in your drinking? I'm like, my drizzly driver has noticed a slight uptick in my drinking.
I don't think liquor stores are essential, but I think they're definitely needed, you know?
Liquor stores have said they've seen sales go up 50%.
But
They're
you're
essential
right if there was no liquor stores, I think. My belief.
And the only billboards anymore are like liquor stores.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of sad, but it is what it is, you know?
I actually, I met with my doctor. I met with my doctor last week. Or was it last week? I did my, turning 50 physical, got my referral for my baseline colonoscopy. Super stoked about that. And my doctor said, how many drinks do you have a night? I said, well, do you mean pre-COVID or post-COVID? She said, well, how about right now? I said, well, it's this many right now, but that's more than usual. And she said, you know what? You're in good company. Don't worry about it. So it was so great. Like, what a great doctor. to say, right, exactly, Meg. So great.
I just started getting the one by the box because it was too heavy to carry all those bottles.
Anyone else managing their alcoholism more effectively than perhaps I am?
I buy my wine in bottles of 6, half a case, and I just bring the empty half a case back to the liquor store, hand it to them, they refill my order, put it back in the car. I've got a standing order. It's great. It's very efficient.
I find if you don't attend meetings, you don't have to admit you have problems.
I'm a drunk. Alcoholics go to meetings.
Right? Alcoholics are quitters. I stocked up on all my things like food and supplies and everything, and I thought I had stocked up really well on wine, but it was the first thing I ran out of.
Yeah. Wow, 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 wow.
Shockingly enough.
So I feel a little, can I talk up?
Yeah, of course. Please, Amy.
So I feel a little, because I need my time about how I know you.
Yeah, of course you do.
So I just felt like I need to say it. So Gretchen is my neighbor. And I've known her how many years now? 20?
Oh, probably 12.
Well, it feels like 20 because
I know.
Because you're wonderful.
Feels like 100.
Kids since they were a lot younger. I have a 17 and 13-year-old. So you've actually known Cammie since she was a baby.
Yeah.
You know? And you know, I see her walking around the neighborhood and all that. But one thing I have to say is that with so many people here tonight, like that has to make you feel. I'm using a pencil. You know, it has to make you feel so good about all these people that love you. Like that to me is so incredible, and it tells me like the type of person that you are.
Yeah,
and she's a wonderful person. You know, you're going to be so exhausted with all this love, I think. You know? But the funny thing is that we had a connection when she came here, and it's Rachel Cohen, and I'm glad that she's still here. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Amy.
And so
Great
I
to
worked
see you.
in quality for many years, and I worked with Rachel's husband, Dawn Vicarian. And I'm still trying to see, like, where is he right now? I mean, honestly, you probably shipped him out at this point. I get it. You know,
I left him at home.
Did you? Good for you. Good for you. But like what I'm saying is, it's just so funny how we all reconnect. We all find like similarities with people. I had no idea. I mean, I went to Rachel and John's wedding, and for some reason, Gretchen couldn't be there.
Yeah.
Right, Gretchen, were you there?
I was not there.
No, but Gretchen's flowers were there.
That connection so much earlier, and now we like live 3 houses down from one another. You know,
so crazy. Yeah.
Isn't that funny how that all kind of?
I love that. And my favorite story about you, Amy, is catching poison ivy in my butt crack in your backyard. I don't know if everyone heard that.
That was perfect leaped. That was
poison ivy in my butt crack in Amy Daly's backyard. It was my cat was stuck in a tree 70 feet in the air in Amy's yard. And I legit slept under the tree waiting for the cat to come down.
Oh, come on.
But what
True.
you need
And
to know is I was feeding her alcohol during the time. Like I was
crouched.
The cat?
Crouched in the backyard, you know, with a gap in the back of the pants. Yeah. Sitting in poison ivy with poison ivy in my butt crack while also drunk because Amy and I got drunk because I was so upset about my cat. I was yelling. I'm infamous in this in Jeff's family. Brisket, brisket. Look, the other cat's jumping up, wondering what's wrong. Brisket, brisket. Which was the name of the cat. Just plaintively crying about it in the neighborhood. So that's my favorite Amy story is getting poison ivy in my butt crack while being drunk in your backyard.
I helped her though. I mean, I kept like, do you need something? Let me get you something else to drink. You know? Yes.
That's the night.
I did not get it. I was not sitting down with poison ivy up my behind crack, but but it was like, when you got the cat, I think we saved several cats over the years for you. I am. I'm like, you know, your cat's behind us.
Oh, look at Cutler. And I think that was the night that we discovered that we both knew Gretchen.
Yeah, that's right.
Possibly, that's exactly right. Really opening our minds to one another.
And if anyone's,
No, they can't.
No?
and just to sort of bring the circle even tighter, so Amy is a neighbor, a realtor. She also
I'm not a
is
realtor. I'm getting a master's in education right now. Very busy.
getting a master's in education, but she's also infamous in my mind for hosting every single possible type of Avon party you can have. And her most recent Avon-ish party was for a silicone bakeware company called Bon Me. Is that what it's called? What's it called?
Bon Cook. Get
Bon
it right
Cook.
if you're gonna promote it, Missy.
Yeah, Bon Cook. And I got new baguette baking pans and have learned how to make baguettes.
Do you love it?
I totally love it. And
Incredible.
Megan Graydon,
Sorry.
Megan Graydon, I know that bread is a little underdone, but any reviews of the bread?
Did you give the? Are you asking
I
me?
gave Megan Graydon
It was
a
so
loaf of bread
good.
this weekend. Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It's olive oil and
My daughter
balsamic
just
vinegar.
made this. All right. Just saying.
Yeah,
No.
we still
Ooh,
have 2
cake.
loaves of that.
I mean,
That looks good.
I really like that product, and I don't sell it, so I'm not asking you to buy it. You know.
Yeah.
But it's good. Oh, thank you, Gretchen. I didn't know you did that because I don't-
Totally bought a baguette pan and a 9-loaf baking pan. So
My daughter's an avid baker. My youngest,
Yeah.
she's 13,
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
does some like incredible things. But I, here's your birthday cupcake. I tried to get a candle in it, but
if you want to bring that, it's just 3 doors away. So feel free to bring it over. Okay.
salted
Throw it.
salted
Okay.
caramel. You know,
Sounds perfect.
I'll give you the one that I put my fingers on. Okay.
All right. Thank you, honey. All right. I think John and Christina Refford want to speak up. Hello. Hi there.
Hi, can you hear us?
Yeah, absolutely can hear you. You sound great.
Oh,
She really does sound
thank
good.
you. I made a beverage and it had a serving size of 4 and now it's gone. I decided I would like to learn how to drink gin, so I'm finishing a bottle of gin.
Tonight.
No.
You have a mission.
Yes, it's my new thing.
So not only do you sound good, you sound well done.
Well done. It's okay. It's only 7:10. I usually only stay up till 9, so I'm right on
Put a
today.
fork in her.
Well, happy birthday. Welcome to 50. Oh my
Thank
God.
you very much.
John always yells that I'm too loud.
I get that sometimes too, actually. You're too loud and you're dancing too hard.
Well, that's
whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. Wait, where'd Kara go with the dancing? Oh, she's gone.
No, there's Laura. Yeah.
No, Kara with the dancing.
Oh yeah, Kara she's totally gone.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, she does have 100 kids. It's true. It's totally true.
That is true.
Yeah, as does
true,
Todd
right?
Van Hoosier.
We have more
Todd,
than
it
that.
feels like you've got 100 kids.
Yeah, they're teenagers though. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care at all. You guys hanging in there?
Yeah, we're fine. We hardly ever see them. They like come in, they eat, make a mess of the kitchen, and then leave. So yeah, it's all right.
It's all good. All good. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here, and I'm really glad I got to celebrate 50 with you.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is awesome.
But I missed your 50th, John. Oh, because Jeff had surgery, right?
Yeah, it was in
Oh,
January.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was just this year. Are we both 70s babies?
No, it was like last year.
Was it last year? When was it?
The year before. No,
Wait a minute.
52.
Oh yeah, he had a birthday party fairly recently, but it wasn't 50.
It wasn't 50. Okay.
'Cause I will be. Let's see. I'll be 53 in July, and he is 6 months younger than me, so
Like
he's
I'm
only
old.
52.
Oh God, you are so old, sir. Oh my God, so
We're
embarrassing.
both wicked old.
Wicked old. Who are our youngest friends on the call? It's actually probably Ashley, right?
Oh, Megadron.
Oh, Graydon.
Megadron.
Graydon and Ashley.
Graydon's
Great.
43.
Let's do an age off. Graydon, what's your age?
43.
Whoa. Ashley.
Baby.
Oh.
Ashley.
38.
Baby. It's 38. Oh my goodness.
Anyone younger than 38 on this call?
Get off. Even Bill's younger.
Ashley, any thoughts from you as someone listening to all these old people talk about how great it is to be old?
Hey, wait, who are you calling old?
Yeah, all
Just
of
saying.
you I got you by 15 years, girl.
Any reflections? Yeah.
For the record, y'all aren't old.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And on a purely just like shallow physical note, Gretchen, you look amazing.
Thank you.
You look radiant. I don't know if it's like quarantine hair or just the wide.
It's her husband.
I totally agree.
Or something. You look gorgeous.
That's so nice of you to say, Ashley. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
like it's like there's like a drawing that I've seen by the guy who did the illustrations for Roald Dahl's books, and I don't know if it's a Roald Dahl quote, but it's like pretty people with ugly thoughts will be ugly, but even like less pretty people with pretty thoughts will be pretty. And I'm not saying you're less pretty because
I know
you are
you're not.
pretty, but like your goodness and your like genuine kindness is so reflecting in your outward countenance.
So, where are you getting these words?
So that's all to say. I love your face.
I think we have to drink on countenance.
Even if you were horrible, you'd still be pretty.
Like, I think actually what actually saying is
Gretchen's
horrible.
Gretchen's
Really
a good
ugly.
person. She's a good person.
I wake up every morning saying that.
Right? Because it's true. Like in like someone else was saying, in a party full of people, like if you're talking to Gretchen, she gives you her full attention in the conversation. Like she's an includer like that, and that is hella valuable to me. Like I just, it's like that the first time that happened at a party we were at together, it's like I'm going to make an effort to be this one's friend because I love her. So Gretchen is easy to love, and I say that as a compliment.
Ashley,
No,
you
I'm
started out a
verklempt.
little shaky there, but you ended strong. That was good.
Yeah. Ashley, thank you.
Is Jeff
Ashley, thank you.
feel himself?
I mean, this is sparkling water, but cheers.
Sparkling waters is good for cheers as far as I'm concerned. Thank you, ma'am.
It's
I'm
funny
not a
that
drinker.
I've spoken, and then I just love to hear what people are saying about you. So I'm like, I'm not ready to leave yet. I think it's wonderful. You know. Yeah.
Jeff says that Abigail Marsters and Stephen Dill would like to speak next. You can tell I'm on my 5th glass of wine now.
Wow.
You want to know why Jeff hasn't revealed himself yet?
Why Jeff can't get video up for some reason, and that's not a euphemism.
Because he's naked.
I'm glad you clarified.
I was a little worried.
But you obviously can, and so he can get close to you, unless, of course, you guys are quarantined against each other. But that's all right.
We are not.
He's the voice in the background there. He's quarantined in a hidden room.
I'll do a quick. Here's Jeff over here.
I was going to join.
Where are you?
Dog. I'm trying to get it up on the phone so I can.
That's
that.
what she said. Right, exactly. Thank you.
He beat me to the line.
Getting dirty.
So maybe this crowd is the crowd that should get together for the Cards Against Humanity party when we can all get together again. Yes.
We have 9 minutes left
If
again.
if we all have decks, we can do Cards Against Humanity on Zoom.
We could totally do that. I mean, we have lots and lots of decks. So
It works
Jeff
well
says-
on Zoom.
We do too, Gretchen. We do too.
All right. So Jeff says we've got 9 minutes left. So I want to give space to folks. I'm not doing this again. I love you guys. Not doing this again.
Gretchen, can I say one
Abigail, please.
So I might be your newest friend on the call.
Yep.
And so my rule is in my family, you have to give someone 50 of something on 50. So my sisters would give like 50 pairs of really junky earrings or socks or candles so for you, I can't give you anything because we can't see each other, but I made you a PDF of 50 things that are true about you. And because you're one of my newest friends, some of them are true and some of them have been Googled.
I'm so curious to see that, Abigail, because you do know I have,
my friend.
You do know that there's another Gretchen Kinder in the world, right?
I don't know.
She's a TV producer.
Oh.
And she is based in LA. and I get email for her probably once a month.
Wow.
Really?
She produces reality TV shows.
Really?
Including Donald Trump's The Apprentice.
No.
So, yeah. And here's the crazy thing. So I get email for her because her email address, if you want to write to her, is GretchenKinder@gmail. And we are Facebook friends. So you can look at my Facebook friends and see her there. And I learned that she married her wife exactly 1 year after Jeff and I got married. And the only reason I know that same day is because I was getting emails from her wedding vendors.
Oh my gosh.
So I would say, so she and I now exchange emails fairly regularly. She's moving her mom to New Hampshire from Minnesota. And when they finally were able to execute that, we're going to get together in real life.
And I'll be on reality TV.
Right. I've told her Jeff's a drone photographer. If they ever need any reality TV drone producers or drone people, that she should hire Jeff. So yeah. And if any of you ever want invites to industry parties in LA, I get them from various places who don't have her address right. So
Oh, that's funny.
yeah.
Funny.
Seriously, you are welcome.
That's great.
And I've never asked her how she feels about having worked for Donald Trump. Although I know she's very much a liberal. And when she and I first met, she was very active in the No Place for Hate campaign in support of LGBTQ rights. So someday, maybe when she and I have a drink together in real life, we'll be able to have that conversation. All right, Jeff's saying 6 minutes. Who else wants to say something? We've not heard from Meg Radon. We've not heard from Adam Zam. We've not heard from Ben Hoosier.
We'll say something.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I have two things to say. First, a social event that I went to in Boston after I moved here, having met a lot of these people on Twitter before and after that. The first social event I went to was your 40th birthday party.
Uh-oh.
That was it. That was the first.
So 10 years ago.
So 10 years ago.
Today. That was 10 years ago tomorrow.
That was almost
10 years ago tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And I felt totally included. And it was a great start to social life in Boston. So I thank you for that. The other thing that I want to tell you, do you have anything to say?
Okay, so 3, because I will say my first real memory of you, because I knew Jeff first, was when the two of you were silly enough to have me cat sit when you guys went to Germany.
So cute.
2009.
Yeah.
11 years ago.
Yep.
Yep. That's
If
right.
you did your job, we wouldn't be strapped to this house by cats anymore.
Two girls walking around my name. Do you see this?
Okay, so the third thing, if I can say one more thing.
Yeah, please,
is for your wedding. I had the privilege of doing your makeup. Your skin is amazing. So 50, whatever, fuck off. But I also made a mask for you that was kind of an epic project because I was trying to get things to stick on it. And I kept spraying varnish on it, and it wasn't sticking. And it was the night before your wedding, and I was freaking out. So I sat on the back porch with 2 cans of varnish, just spraying it endlessly. And he came out, and I was sitting there high as a kite, varnish. And I was crying, and he thought I was crying because this was not working, but it had started working by then. And he was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Nothing's wrong. I just love Gretchen so much." And I wept and held this thing that was not yet dry, and it dried the next day. And yeah, you got married, and it was awesome. So,
I'll put a picture of myself wearing the mask in the comments for the meeting. Thank you, Meg.
They did an after special about huffing after that.
We love you, and we cheers you. Happy 50. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, let's do Adam and then Steve and Carol.
Okay. Here's a couple of things I'm thankful for. I'm thankful that you're grateful, and that every day during this crap we've been going through, you've been sharing 3 things. And thankful that Zuckerberg has fed me those, because every day they make me think and sort of imagine what you're going through and what we're all going through. So thank you to you. I thought we were supposed to bring gifts, so.
So what's in my present? What did you get me?
Oh, I get to open it.
That's so great.
Now, just humor me if you already own this.
Is it a Liverpool scarf?
No,
it's red paper.
That's for the other person in your household. Humor me, like nod your head. Oh, I've always wanted to read that.
I actually haven't read that one yet.
Score.
Yeah, totally great. Totally
All right,
great.
so we'll figure this out. But like everybody said, most of us in the social media world unfortunately met Jeff first, and he's very off-putting. He's a nice. Hey. He's a little intimidating, but and I wish Meg had reminded me where the hell I was 10 years ago, but I think I was there too. Was that a fundraiser you did? Like who does a get together, like a social media get together, and raises money for like books for kids? Like
I do.
That was great. Exactly.
Yeah, that was Jeff's nog up, and I made him raise money for me.
Yeah. And Graydon did social media for social change. So that's 2 people out of all the people we've done this with for many years.
Less than a minute. We're going to start again immediately.
A minute 33. I'm done. Love you. Miss you.
I love you too. All right, Stephen Carroll, this is it. Big wrap up.
It's going to close.
No.
Look at it.
That looks like me right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, and there's Jeff. So we love doing things with you, special things. We are looking forward to doing special things with you again. We just can't wait to get out of here and see you guys again. And happy birthday,
happy
Carol.
Birthday. And I remember one fun night that we had at the top of the colonnade at an event, and that was fun. So
Looking
that's
forward
one of my happy memories.
to many more.
Right. Love you. Can't wait to see all of you. I'm so grateful to you for all of your time.
Love you.
Love. Bye.
Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday. Welcome to 50.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
I was listening to you. Love. Bye.
Hey, man.
Bye.